Ẹ̀gbẹ́júwà ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ẹ̀gbẹ́júwà ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
ITV, certainly the best.
Fraud. Again, Defense Minister Musa Hayes' Air Force role in Benin Republic's failed coup. Government man overalls of Oba of Benin's palace. Late Gani Fawemi Organization marks 2025 World Human Rights Day. And many thanks for joining us on ITV Network News. From the Abuja Network Studio, my name is Godwin Dele. And from Benin tonight, I have Oloiji Oikoka joining us. Good evening to you, Oloiji.
Good evening.
Good. We move straight to the news. A federal capital territory man, Chris Ngige, former Minister of Labor and Productivity, in Kuje prison pending the determination of his bail application. As Sikarata reports, Ngige was arraigned on Friday by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The report.
Former Labour Minister Dr. Chris Wambweze Ngige was arraigned before presiding judge Marian Hassan on an 8-count charge bordering on misuse of office, contract fraud, and receiving gratification. In the charge dated 31st October, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission alleged that the former minister used his position to confer undue advantage by awarding multiple contracts to associates and companies linked to him. The EFCC alleged that between September 2015 and May 2023, Ngige, while serving as supervising minister of the National Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, approved 7 contracts for consultancy, training, and supply to Sizemo Nigerian Limited, valued at 366.47 million naira. The company's managing director, Ezebinwa Amarachukwu Charles, according to the EFCC, is described as an associate of the former minister. The offense, according to the Anti-Graft Agency, violates Section 19 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related of Ngige. Upon arraignment, Ngige for trial to commence. However, Ngige's counsel, Patrick Nkweto, told the court that he had filed a bail application for his client. He prayed the court to
Our sincere apologies for that technical age. And you can watch ITV Live online at www.itvradiong.com/live. Follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, X, IG, YouTube, and TikTok. And we start out with this report that says, in a renewed show of strength, unity, and strategic mobilization ahead of the 2027 general elections, Senator Mondo Pebulu has received hundreds of new supporters defecting from the PDP in Ugu, Oriawan local government area, into the APC. The rally marks a significant political milestone for the APC in Edo South and further heightens mobilization efforts as the countdown to the 2027 presidential election intensifies. Government House correspondent Kinsley Uchegbu has reports.
Thursday's rally, one of the largest political gatherings in Oronwo local government area, is aimed at consolidating the APC's growing influence across Edo South Senatorial District. Governor Bolo, addressing the enthusiastic crowd, reaffirmed the party's commitment to the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, noting that Edo State has pledged to deliver 2.5 million votes in 2027. He highlighted the Tinubu administration's achievements in welfare enhancement, security improvements, and infrastructural development. Senator Bol also addressed several long-standing infrastructure concerns affecting communities in the area.
Is I don't know shining. Why you voted for? You not see reaping the dividends. When I was coming, I got to a stage because of the bad road. I didn't know what to do again. I felt that people living around here, from time to time, they will go into hospital to take injection because of bad road. But the good news is this: by this time next year, we will come here again to see whether it will be like that.
Edo State APC Deputy Chairman Sylvester Aibobo formally received the new entrants led by Honorable Wesley Asoro into the party.
By the power conferred on me by the Deputy State Chairman of the bigger political party in Africa, in the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. We are joining you today because we see the development you have brought to our state.
Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Kilo Esquire, Pastor Sage Izeyamu, and former Deputy Governor, Dr. Pius Odubu, were among the party leaders present at the rally. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
The governor of Edo State, Senator Mondo Okpebholo, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening partnership with the Nigerian Army to improve security across the state. Governor Okpebholo made the pledge when he received the new commander of the 4 Mechanized Brigade, Nigerian Army Benin, Brigadier General Ahmed Olutobosun Balogun, at Government House. Kingsley Uchegbu has details.
It is the maiden official visit to Government House by the new commander for Mechanized Brigade, Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Ahmed Balogun, who recently took over the command. Governor Bolo commended the gains achieved through the existing partnership with the immediate past brigade commander, Brigadier General Ebenezer Duebo. He assured that his administration would sustain and deepen collaboration with the new brigade commander to strengthen security for citizens across the state. He noted that some of the infrastructure challenges identified by Brigadier General Balogun are already being addressed, especially the 36-kilometer Ekenwa Road, which passes through the Ekenwa cantonment of the Nigerian Army and terminates at Gelegele community.
We are going to work with you wholeheartedly to see that the door is secured. I also want you to know that whatever is the challenge that you are facing, let us know quickly so that we will know how to arrest it. We talk about school, we talk about hospital, we talk about road. These are things that we are already doing.
Earlier, the new brigade commander, Brigadier General Ahmed Balogun, commended Governor Bolo's commitment to enhancing security in the state. He also appreciated the state government support in procuring drones for improved surveillance, as well as the construction of Ekenwa Road and drains, which have improved accessibility to the Nigerian Army cantonment.
I will work to ensure that the citizens, the good people of Edo State, sleep with their 2 eyes closed. My predecessor raised a number of points to me, which I just intend to plead with His Excellency that some of them are giving due attention. Areas of the prompt payment of troops allowance is something of concern, which I'm sure His Excellency also hold very dear to heart. Furthermore, the road that leads to the headquarters is in a state that can be improved upon. Brigadier General Ahmed Balogun is the 44th commander of the 4 Mechanized Brigade, Nigerian Army, Benin. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
3,000 Edo residents have benefited from a free medical outreach organized by the Chief Medical Director of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Professor Idia Izeyamu. The 4-day outreach held from the 9th to the 12th of December at the Oba Palace in King Square, Benin City, is being described as a major step towards advancing credible and community-driven healthcare in Edo State. Jolade Ojo has the details.
The outreach, organized in honor of the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Oba Ewari II, is themed Safeguarding Our Rich Cultural Heritage Through Health. UBTH Chief Medical Director, Professor Idia Izeyamu, said the initiative was conceived as a heartfelt effort to give back to society and reinforce the hospital's commitment to community well-being.
This singular gesture reflects unwavering concern for the well-being of His Royal Majesty's people and continuous support for initiatives that promote health, unity, and progress in the kingdom. This medical outreach is part of UBTH's corporate social responsibility to the community that has continuously supported us over the years.
The Secretary of the Benin Traditional Council, Mr. Frank Erabo, commended UBTH for the gesture and assured that the palace would continue to support programs that enhance the welfare of Edo people.
We thank the CMD for actually approving this free medical outfit.
President of the Igbo Basinwe Movement Worldwide, Mr. Kocho Oyamu, also applauded the initiative and encouraged residents to take full advantage of the opportunity.
It's not a yearly program. Like last year, we did similar program in honor of Omo. So this year, we also thought it wise to replicate what we did last year.
Participants received free consultations and treatment for various health conditions. A team of specialists was also on ground to conduct ophthalmology screenings, including the distribution of reading glasses to beneficiaries. Some residents who received care expressed gratitude for the life-changing support.
I just want to come and treat my eye. Sometimes I used to read and my eye would be dropping water. Very, very interesting. I encourage them to be doing this type of thing all the time.
From Benin, Jolade Ojo, ITV News.
The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, has expressed profound sadness over the passing of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Lawrence Irujakbo. In a statement issued by his Chief Press Secretary, Friday Agedo, in Benin City on Friday, Right Honorable Idahosa extended heartfelt condolences to Governor Doidiri of Bayelsa State, the Irujakbo family, and the people of Bayelsa over the loss. He described the late Senator Irujakbo as a dedicated public servant whose leadership, humility, and commitment to the development of Bayelsa State and the broader Niger Delta region earned administration across the nation. Right Honorable Idahosa noted that the loss of the Deputy Governor leaves a significant void in Nigeria's political and developmental landslide, adding that his contributions will be remembered for years to come. He prayed for divine strength for Governor Doidiri, the grieving family, and the people of Bayelsa State, and asked God to grant the departed eternal rest. Some civil society group under the aegis of the Ghanifami organization has called for the protection of human rights across the globe, especially in Nigeria. The group, in commemoration of the 2025 World Human Rights Day, emphasized the familiarization and fundamental rights of Nigerians must be respected. Igbo J. Warrior has details.
Members of civil society groups, stakeholders, and members of the public gathered to mark the 2025 Human Rights Day. Commenting on the significance of the day, Comrade Bankole Solomon, president of GAFORGE, said the rights of every individual are essential and must be respected at all times. On the spot, Comrade Debo Adediran, president of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, CACOR, noted that the late Chief Gani Fayemi, SN, devoted his life to fight for the rights of Nigerians and should be emulated.
The king of all rights, right to life, right to this, right to property, right to religion, the freedom of expression, right to acquire property, as stated in Chapter 4 of the Constitution, that now is amended. The king of all rights is right to life. After right to life, next thing is for freedom.
No right is actually absolute. When you talk about fundamental human rights, they are God-given endowment by the Most High.
Also speaking, the Public Relations Officer of GAFORGE, Akintunde Adedeji, stressed that no one has the authority to take away the rights of Nigerians, regardless of their position. He urged citizens to know and defend their rights.
Inalienable rights are those rights that cannot be given or taken away from you. So that is why we've not been enjoying those rights, and that is why we are sounding it, so loud that as advocates, we will continue to protect and defend the rights of every Nigerian.
The theme for this year's World Human Rights Day is Human Rights, Our Everyday Essentials. From Lagos, Ibuji Horia, ITV News.
You're on to the network news on Independent Television. We'll be right back after this break. This day. Many thanks for staying tuned. Moving on, Akoko Edo Local Government Council Chairman Right Honorable Alabi Bliss Oshunogwe has called on stakeholders to maintain continuous collaboration in the fight against kidnapping and banditry in the local government area. The chairman gave the charge during a peace and security meeting held in his office at the Council Secretariat. Oluwafemi Farayola has details.
Akoko Edo Local Government Council Chairman, Right Honorable Alabi Bliss Oshunogwe, commended the existing cooperation between traditional rulers and security agencies, noting that the council is strengthening its strategies to address the growing security challenges. Right Honorable Alabi urged stakeholders to remain patriotic and deepen collaboration to end insecurity. He noted that a few unpatriotic individuals are attempting to disparage its administration on social media, stressing that spreading misinformation to damage the image of the local government is counterproductive. He emphasized that a secure local government attracts investors and creates employment opportunities, adding that his administration maintains zero tolerance for insecurity. The chairman also revealed plans to establish a task force in the coming days to tackle drug-related issues and help redirect the energies of the youth. On his part, the secretary to the local government council, Honorable Tokpa John Okomanyi, alleged that based on complaints, the Oba of Sasaro may have been complicit in certain kidnapping incidents, adding that the council will intensify efforts to curb the disturbing trend. Oluwafemi Farayola, ITV News.
Mrs. Esther Edokpaye Bagwa has been elected as a Performing Musician Association of Nigeria Pinman Governor Edo State Chapter. Mrs. Ebagwa emerged the winner after a keenly contested election in Benin City. Pius Nsogo has details.
The winner of the election by having 96 votes against 16 votes hereby declare the winner and as the governor-elect Edo State Pinman.
It was a defining moment for the Edo State chapter of the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria Pinman as Mrs. Esther Edokpaye Ebagwa, also known as the Lady of Songs, took over as the new governor. Electoral Committee Chairman Mr. Benji Igbadume thanked members for their massive turnout for the election. Mrs. Esther Ebagwa, who took over from Mr. Willie Eganova, said she was grateful by the overwhelming support of members, stating that she will not betray the confidence reposed in her. She promised to take the association to greater heights.
By the special grace of God, we all are going to come together to work to make sure that Edo State performing musicians are okay.
Handing over the mantle of leadership to the new governor, the outgoing governor, Mr. Willie Eganova, thanked members for the cooperation he enjoyed from the people and urged them to extend the same cooperation to the new governor.
Good artists leave the stage when the applause is loudest.
I feel very happy and excited because it's a new day for the performing musicians in Edo State.
By all clearance, it's a very clear winning. I advise that this new administration should carry everybody along so that we can achieve our dream as musicians in Edo State.
The election is well, clear and fair election.
Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria Pinman has the mandate of protecting musicians' rights and regulating the music industry, amongst others. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Christians have been admonished to appreciate God in all seasons for His grace and sustained blessings upon their lives. Senior Pastor of Christian Fire Miracle Ministry, Apostle Claire Misikwanelli, gave the advice during the 2025 Thanksgiving service held at the church premises in the CEO Benin City. Usemudiame Osagi reports that the church also marked its 8th-year anniversary during the service.
It was a day of joy and celebration as Christian Fire Miracle Ministry marked its 8th-year anniversary alongside its 2025 Thanksgiving of Praise. In his sermon, Senior Pastor Apostle Clem Isikwanele urged members to cultivate a lifestyle of gratitude, emphasizing that giving thanks should be constant regardless of circumstances. He reminded the congregation that appreciation to God unlocks divine blessings.
You are about to enter a new year, a new age. Because every favor you lobby to get will never last. If you lobby your way to greatness, you will come down before you know it. But if God lifts you up, no man can break you.
The service featured family Thanksgiving sessions, with each family joyfully dancing to the altar to appreciate God for His mercies. Departments and units of the church also offered their thanksgiving, while Apostle Isikwanele, along with his family, rounded off the Thanksgiving sessions with their own heartfelt appreciation to God. The grand highlight of the celebration was the cutting of the 8th anniversary cake. Some members of the church described the Thanksgiving service as an acknowledgement of God's faithfulness in their lives and in the ministry.
It has been 8 years of impact. It has been 8 years of fulfillment of prophecy. I want to thank God.
I want to say massive thanks to God Almighty for the gift of unity.
Been great encounter, testimony in the life of people through the servant Apostle Clem Isikwanele.
And we say as we go henceforth this new year that has started, that God will continue to bless us.
The 8th anniversary and Thanksgiving service ended with prayer sessions focused on the closing days of 2025 and declarations for a grace-filled and successful 2026 under God's guidance. From Benin, Osemudame Osage, ITV News.
Let's take a pause for some commercials. We'll be right back.
The land of Onwa is inhabited by the people with common ancestry, language, religion, economic and socio-political ties. However, irrespective of their subtitle differences in language and culture, they share common traditions. The people are known for their hospitality. Onwa traced their origin to Benin Kingdom as a result for a man to find a comfortable place for living. The name Onwa was derived from the largest and longest river in the area, which is known as Onwian or Onwa. It means one who makes merry in affluence. Onwa is rich in culture and traditions. The people are a mixture of traditional worshippers.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Moving on, the Edo State Signage and Advertisement Agency has carried out an awareness campaign in Benin City. Pansogo reports that the campaign was aimed at educating the public, particularly business owners, with signages on the need to pay the appropriate revenue.
The Edo State Signage and Advertisement Agency, EDSAA, is a government agency empowered by law to regulate all signages and advertisements, as well as collect approved revenue across the state. A team from the agency, led by the acting manager, Ambassador Destiny Ebagwa, moved through designated streets in Benin City to sensitize residents and business owners. The acting manager, who was joined by consultant and partner Victor Osatuame Umo, emphasized the importance of supporting the government through proper and timely revenue payment.
We are putting up a new payment system for 2026. We are trying to educate the people of Edo State on how to make payment for the signage, and that's the reason why we are doing this rally.
It is not so right that we just hit the street from 2026 and we are not letting the people be aware. We want them to know that the only place you can make this payment is via the EDSA Adera app. So going forward from next year, your payment will not be cash. It is a very stern warning. Don't pay cash to anybody. And again, finally, it should interest everybody to understand that the EDSA law is being metamorphosized from the 1999 Constitution, which allowed the local government to collect this revenue.
The awareness campaign also aims to ensure that Edo State remains modern, attractive, and investor-friendly. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Ogumba Group of Schools has celebrated a remarkable milestone, 40 years of nurturing young minds, shaping futures and contributing to educational development. The anniversary also doubles as the school's end-of-year party, bringing together staff, students, alumni and parents in a colorful event held in Benin City. The result is spelled in by Shalom Onugwara, is presented by Oluwafemi Farayola.
It was an atmosphere filled with celebration and reflection as Ogumbo Group of Schools marked its 40th anniversary, commemorating 4 decades of raising disciplined, confident, and academically sound students. Representative of the Ministry of Education for Ikpobaoka local government, Mrs. Joy Art, was in attendance and commended the school for its long-standing contribution to education in the state. The anniversary also provided a perfect platform for students to showcase their talents through cultural dances, drama, and musical performances. In excitement and jubilation, the children welcomed Santa Claus, who graced the end of the year festivities. Teachers of Ogumbo Group of Schools presented thoughtful gifts to both the school principal and the proprietor. Parents, teachers, and alumni also shared heartfelt reflections on the school's journey and the impact it has had on generations of learners.
It feels good to be part of this celebration. For the school to have existed for 40 years, it means there's something extraordinary about them.
Ogumbo Group of School has been a very great school.
Teachers are always there for you when you are in need of them.
A major highlight was the presentation of awards to outstanding staff, recognizing academic excellence, good conduct, and dedication to service. The event due to a close with a cutting of the 40th anniversary cake.
We are celebrating 40 years of the grace of God upon this school. It has not been an easy journey, but God has been faithful.
We have kept that legacy for 40 years, and I know we are still going to raise the bar for many more years to come.
As the school enters a new decade, management says it remains committed to strengthening its legacy through improved infrastructure, innovative teaching, and strong value-based education. Oluwafemi Farayola, ITV News.
The Defense Minister, retired General Christopher Musa, has commended the coordinated offensive by the Nigerian Air Force in thwarting the attempted military coup in the Republic of Benin. Defense correspondent John Turner reports that the minister made the remarks during the coordination ceremony of newly promoted senior officers of the Nigerian Air Force in Abuja.
The recent military intervention in the Republic of Benin, which successfully foiled an attempted coup, has sparked debate over the political will of the Nigerian government to confront domestic challenges, especially the rising cases of kidnapping, banditry, and terrorist attacks. At the decoration ceremony for senior officers of the Nigerian Air Force, the Defense Minister, retired General Christopher Musa, emphasized the need for all military services to operate in unity. He also praised the Nigerian Air Force for its role in preventing the attempted coup in Benin Republic.
As senior leaders, you must continue to deepen collaboration, promote intelligence sharing, and nurture the unity of effort that is essential to achieving enduring security outcomes for our nation. The recent coup in Benin, within the twinkle of an eye, the Air Force had gone there and have dealt with it, and the ground forces moved in. That is how it should be. And that is the mindset I want the troops to have. Nobody can defeat you except if you accept the defeat.
General Musa urged the newly decorated officers to serve the nation with renewed commitment and professionalism.
Promotion to this rank, both 1-star and 2 stars, profound signal as it demands a broader outlook, a deeper sense of duty, and unwavering commitment to excellence. As Air Vice Marshals and Air Commodores, you are now custodians of the values and traditions that define the Nigerian Air Force.
With these decorations, expectations for these senior officers are high as they move to carry out their mandate with clarity of vision and sound judgment needed to strengthen ongoing military operations. From Abuja, John Taylor, ITV News.
Inowan Foundation School recently hosted a 2025 end-of-year variety show at the school premises on Delta Crescent of Sapler Road, Benin City. Joy Obaisiagbon has details.
The Inowan Foundation School 2025 end-of-year variety show was a vibrant display of students' talent and the hard work they demonstrated throughout the year. The show featured an array of captivating performances, including choir ministration, fashion parade, comedy, ballet, drama, and contemporary dance, all showcasing the creativity and versatility of the students.
Please clap for the mommies and daddies. They are eating down. They look smashing.
Parents and students who attended the event were thoroughly entertained. They expressed deep satisfaction and commended the school for organizing such an impressive celebration to round off the year.
You can see the children displaying their talents just voluntarily. You will know that they weren't pushed to do what they are doing.
There is an all-round school, and you can see my children are also performing here.
It shows that the children are being taught all kinds of morals to help them in life.
I want to say a very big thank you to my school for organizing this amazing show for us.
What we have seen is an infusion of discipline, skills, and character, and that is the hallmark of Inowan Foundation Secondary School. We are thankful to our parents for all of their support.
The 2025 variety show provided a valuable platform for students to build confidence in their abilities and express themselves through diverse art forms. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
The Governor of Edo State has lauded the chairman of Unwode Local Government Council, Honorable Austin Imafidon, for his exceptional commitment to the infrastructure renewal and human development within local government area. Commissioner for Water Resources and Sanitation, Honorable Washington Osao-Sifo, made the remark while inspecting the ongoing overhaul and renovation of the Council Secretariat building. Oluwafemi Farayola has more.
Speaking on behalf of the Governor, the Honorable Commissioner for Water Resources and Sanitation, Honorable Washington Osao-Sifo, expressed deep satisfaction after inspecting the ongoing overhaul and renovation of the Council Secretariat building, including upgraded furniture, fittings, and rehabilitation of the sockaway system. Honorable Osifo praised the chairman for aligning closely with the Governor's Shine agenda and the Renewed Hope agenda of the President, describing Honorable Imafidon's performance as a clear demonstration of purposeful leadership.
Over the years, our local government council, particularly the secretariat, has been backward. I am not surprised at what I'm seeing. The reason being that I came because I was convinced that something good was already happening. It underscores the reason why we supported your aspiration to be the council chairman of our noble and very dear local government. So on behalf of the governor and government of Senator Monday Okpebholo, governor of Edo State, we want to thank you for aligning with the Shine agenda.
On his part, the acting chairman of Unwode Local Government, Honorable Austin Imafidon, thanked the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for giving the local government free hand to operate.
His Excellency, Senator Monday Okpebholo, he has given us free hand to operate. He has told us to manage our council resources. He has also told us to identify those places that need critical attention, that we should give it. We have his free hand, we have his blessings. We should do whatever will take the local governments and the states to the next level. And that's exactly what we are doing here.
The Edo State government reiterates its commitment to supporting performing leaders across the state and ensuring that developmental progress remains consistent with the governor's strategic objectives. Oluwafemi Farayola, ITV News.
Let's take a pause for some commercials. We'll be right back. The need to reward hard work and excellence on Friday assumed focus as alumni of the University of Benin UNIBEN Benin chapter presented awards to some deserving members and others for outstanding services, the body and humanity in general. The ceremony held at the Indoor Sports Hall of the University of Benin witnessed notable alumni, including professors who had done well in their field. Wellington Akodeja has this report.
Hard work, they say, pays, as the Benin branch of the UNIBEN Old Students Association celebrates their members in award presentation and fundraising ceremony for a proposed building program for the body. The chairman of the occasion, Reverend Emmanuel Ojo, commended members for the unity sustained.
I want to congratulate each and every one of them, and for the school secretariat, we are working together to make sure that by this time next year to be commissioned to the program.
In his remarks, Chairman of the Benin Branch Alumni Association UBAN, Mr. Paul Egusa Osahon, said the awards ceremony was organized to celebrate their old students.
Well, we decide to give an award to prominent UNIBEN students who are now alumnus, who have actually taken this alma mater to a higher height.
And they're also building their secretariat. So we must all give back to where chipped us.
Some of the awardees comment.
University of Benin is always very proud of its alumni, that is those that have finished from here.
It is a thank you to them for the recognition and a commitment on our part. It's a honor, it's a privilege, and I feel very happy.
I feel very happy and delighted to have this award.
You just think you are doing certain things in the dark. You wouldn't know that people are watching you. But for this that they have done, I'm super happy.
This award comes at the time where we talked about his developmental strides. He has affected lives, he's touching lives positively.
High point was the award ceremony to members and raising of endowment funds for the building of the secretariat. From Benin, Wellington Akodeja, ITV News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's firm and non-negotiable directive ordering the withdrawal of police orderlies attached to VVIPs continues to generate mixed reactions across the country. This follows a strong complaint from a member of the National Assembly alleging uneven compliance with the order. While some Nigerians describe the initiative as a welcome development, others have expressed concern over the fairness and selective enforcement of the directive. Jaladi Ojo has this report.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu first issued the directive on 23 November 2025, and on Wednesday 10 December, he reaffirmed the instruction ordering the withdrawal of police officers from VIP protection duties and redeploying them to frontline policing amid rising insecurity. Despite this directive, the Senate has raised serious concerns over what it describes as an uneven implementation, mandating its Committee on Police Affairs to investigate the alleged discriminatory enforcement and report back within weeks. Reacting to the development, a Lagos resident, Joseph Jackson, described the directive as a welcome development, adding that it will help restore respect and professionalism to the Nigerian police if properly implemented.
So at least they withdraw all the police from them to give them more respect. They should make sure every police officer are being withdrawn.
In Warri, a businessman, Harvest Ayapatam, said the president has the authority to take decisions aimed at improving national security and that the policy should be supported if it benefits citizens.
If the president feels that is a better option, in as much as is the number one, any decision, any policy that the government of this country take so far is for the betterment of Nigerians, it's okay.
In Benin City, however, reactions were mixed. A clergyman, Reverend Oluwaderibibe, expressed concern over fairness and selective enforcement. Businessman Comrade Nusa Umuwago opposed the total withdrawal, citing security implications. However, a legal practitioner, Barrister Folabi Olayiwola, applauded the initiative as timely and beneficial.
My fear is whether they will have the political will to actualize the announcement of Mr. President. If there will be action, but let them first start from Seyi Tinubu's guard. All those are the gun threat. You found out a few days ago, some of them are already complaining
I'm against the total withdrawal. They should reduce the number. So surveillance is a good idea so that they can police the country together. But though that the kidnappers are after, how are they going to go about their life?
We have other security agencies that can do that work. Police are to ensure security of lives and property. We have instances where policemen carry back to party, carry women's back to party. For what?
Nigerians now await full enforcement of the directive and hope that redeploying these officers will enhance security for ordinary citizens. Jola Diojo, ITV News.
Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress says it has registered over 6 million members to deliver 3.5 votes for President Bola Tinubu in 2027. The state party chairman, Mr. Jarrett Anebe, said these at a one-day train-the-trainer retreat on e-membership registration exercise in Benin City. Government House correspondent Kingsley Uchegbu has details.
Hereby declare the train-the-trainer program open.
Edo State APC Chairman Jarrett Tenebe said the party is rebuilding, re-energizing and repositioning its structures through registration upon which the foundation will stand as future elections draw closer. Tenebe explained that accuracy is essential as the trainers must understand the guidelines, processes and technology involved in capturing party members.
As I speak, we already have about 6 million people that they have registered across the states. And this register will be made available to dreamy trainers so that they can identify those people and capture them in what they do. So when you hear that we say 3.5 million votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 7 sectors, that is what is giving us a mind like a confidence, like it's a valid said.
Speaker Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Abubaku, urged party members to be united to strengthen party supremacy and avoid unnecessary factions.
We are capable for 2.5 concurrent votes. We need people that will give us these votes to give to us.
Edo State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Paul Ohombamu, explained that the exercise will deepen democracy.
But we are together, we are stronger, and then we will achieve our goal, get products of our NL. So I like to salute you. Train the trainer means there is terrified training. Have to train people who would go past the trip.
The Train the Trainers initiative of the Edo APC is targeted to galvanize votes at the grassroots and strengthen inclusive governance. Kingsley Uchegbu, ITV News.
Super Eagles midfielder Christantos Uche was at his best as he scored a goal and bagged an assist in Crystal Palace 3-0 win over Shelbourne on Thursday's Europa Conference League. The Nigerian international, who was making his second appearance in the competition, netted the opening goal in the 11th minute. And with our report on sports started on the network news, I'm Oluije Uihohai. Do have yourself a blessed night rest. Bye for now.
Jola are people located primarily in Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, and Gambia in West Africa. They are concentrated in the Casamance region of Foni area of Gambia. These people are ethnic group with a rich cultural heritage rooted in wet rice agriculture, a classless social structure, and traditional animist beliefs, often blended with Islam and Christianity. The people hold tenaciously to their cultural heritage, especially their dance culture, which is popularly known as Jola dance, that have carved a cultural image for the people over time. The dance steps of Jola dancers is lovely and interesting, capable of bringing peace to the community as it encourages laughter and creates fun among the people. The Jola people are known for their unique dance, where dancers adorned themselves with African costumes and dance in circles. The dance is accompanied by drummers, singers, and the sound of metal bells singers. However, the dances serves important social and spiritual functions, including protecting villagers from evil, coordinating communal work, and guiding young men during circumcision rituals. Jola dance is widely considered interesting and often described as a vibrant, high-energy and captivating cultural experience. It is not for entertainment only, but deeply rooted in Jola cultural heritage and community life. The Jola dance is powerful and enriching experience, appreciated for its deep cultural roots and lively communal nature. The dance has survived many centuries.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy. Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contacting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
Good afternoon. It is another wonderful time to have you on the program 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agbonlao. It promises to be a time that will allow you to be a part of this program to dissect another national issue. It is very disturbing, the recent attack in Kebbi State, where 25 schoolgirls were adopted, principal shot, vice principal shot dead. There was also another attack in Kwara State. A church was attacked in Kwara State, the Apostolic Church. And it was a very bizarre situation because it was a live streaming, there was a live streaming going on, and when gunmen were masked, attacked the church, and people were just scrambling and running. And a lot of problems, you won't believe it, even politicians. The recent crisis in PDP has even led to the new chairman of PDP, one of the factions of PDP, to openly call on President Trump to intervene. President Trump, from what we gathered before now, had said that there's genocide against Christians. And the federal government said, no, there's nothing like that. There was mixed reactions. Some people said, no, there's nothing like that. No genocide. The attack is not targeted. Christians are attacked. Members of other faiths are attacked. But with the recent kidnap in Kebbi, the recent attack in Kwara creates a very disturbing situation in Nigeria. So that's the reason, the essence of this topic. We are looking at disturbing insecurity, the disturbing trend of disturbing threat to the security in Nigeria in all states. We would highlight some states, even in Edo State, we'll talk about it. Just yesterday, on Wednesday precisely, we had a report where our crime correspondent brought a report where the Edo State Police Command assured Edo State residents of adequate security of lives and property against the backdrop of the recent increase in cases of kidnapping and crime. So it's disturbing and it must be tackled. I have very, very distinguished personalities who have made their mark in the society. They've joined me today. I have the director of Ecumenism and Interfaith of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter, Sir Best Iriabe. Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you very much for having me once again.
Okay. We also have a leader of congregations, a man that has impacted society positively. He is leading men and women. I'm talking about a renowned clergyman, Bishop Lucky Omonabiese. Nice to have you on the program.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. So, yes, I'm going to start with the very first direct question, and that will go to Sir Best Iriabe. Is there genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Egosa, for having me.
Yeah.
10 years ago, 12 years, 15 years ago, we were on this program, constantly coming on this program to talk about the level of insecurity in our country. We used several terms.
Yes.
We said it was alarming.
Okay.
At a point, we said it was worrisome.
Yes.
And then we say it was so disturbing.
Yes.
But all that are gone. It's genocidal. It has assumed a genocidal status. That's the truth of the matter. Oh, yes. Because, I mean, you need to call is the real name. That is the name. It has assumed a genocidal status because Christians, particularly, over time, have been targeted. Now, the Chibok girls, you remember, the Chibok community is a Christian community in the far north of Borno. Now, when we talk about Boko Haram, that book, they don't want Western education. And Western education is predicated on Christianity. So if you say you don't need Western education, you don't want Christianity, you want to wipe out Christianity from the face of the earth. And that is the agenda of Islam. That's the agenda of Islamists. You remember the word I'm using Islamists. I'm not saying Muslims. They are very good Muslims, wonderful people. But these sort of people,
extremists,
these extremists who now kill in the name of God or Allah. You know, Allah Akbar means God is the greatest. You are killing somebody, you are destroying somebody, you are beheading people that the same Allah or God has created, and you say He's the greatest. You know, it's a misnomer. You cannot just put it together. So it has assumed a genocidal dimension. And I want to thank America, Donald Trump, who called it the real name. That's the name, just now. I mean, when people continue to deny it, you know, that's political. We could have been able to wipe it out, but there have been no political will. Imagine Secretary to government only yesterday called a press conference and still denying it. Even when it was less than 12 hours of that press conference, they went to Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, in Kwara State, to chase away everybody, kill 3 persons, and carried away about 35 worshippers. What do you call that? Why there's no time to, we can no longer hide it. We are people of truth. Even, I want to thank God for Muslims, real Muslims, who have said, yes, this is true. You cannot hide it anymore. Now, the reason why, just to preempt you, Rosa, or they say, oh, but they are also killing Muslims. Of course, yes. The Muslims they are killing are good human beings who have refused to join them. And once you refuse to join this set of people, you are described as a kafiri, you are described as a non-entity, people to be exorcised and dealt with. So those set of Muslims do not believe in genocide. They are the people that they are slaughtering. Have you ever seen any Christian militia? Has it ever been recorded in the history of Nigeria that a set of people who are Christians who are saying, praise the Lord, and start killing people? No. So it's a genocide.
We'll come back to you, yes. Sir Best Iriabe. We must quickly admit that the comments of my guests on this program are their personal comments, their personal opinion.
Yes.
Does not reflect the stance of independent television and radio. Bishop Lucky Amanabe say,
yes, sir.
Let's look generally now. The insecurity. We've heard of cases of the Chibok girls some years ago, and that was under the regime of President Jonathan. Some of you remember when the wife of the president, the first lady at that time, Patience Jonathan, said, there is God, oh.
Yeah.
That statement became a national statement because of the kidnap of Chibok girls. So now it's Kebbi. So what is your take on this?
You see, thank you, Mr. Osa. You see, the problem we have is our leader. You see, the people that are, you cannot come to my house and you are a stranger and you know everything about me. It's not possible. There must be an insider, give you an information to somebody who is dealing with it. The people that are committing this problem, the Boko Haram or the band, whatever they call them, they are people in the high place in government who are aiding and abetting them. You can't tell me that a general was killed a few days ago, an army general, it's not possible. But because there are so many loopholes by the people who are in authority, some are even eating from this business. It's not a business. It's not a serious business. Therefore, there is no way you can tackle this insecurity in Nigeria, because some are making it to war, some making it to worst. Those that are eating from it are worsening it. Those that are trying to make it work are not able to make it work. That is the problem we have in this country. Until there's a drastic action taken by the federal government or the state government or local government, even the only in the street, that's the only way this thing can stop. That if you see a stranger who don't know, you don't understand this movement, get him arrested. Hold it down, ask him questions. About a few months ago, a certain general of army general said, if you meet these people on the way and try to harass you, then you kill them. Before we know, the guy was removed. Then, who is doing us? Who is fighting us? It is very clear that the Christian where I belong to, that we have preached the gospel of peace and forgiveness so deeply that even when we are seeing death face to what? face, we are looking for God to come and help us. And God will never come down from heaven. He will use man to help man. Therefore, Donald Trump is not even the solution to our problem. We can fix our problem by ourselves if we wake up today and say no to this nonsense. But as far as we keep on romancing it, I am telling you, one day we'll wake up one day and find that our houses have been sold, surrounded by these people, and can't do anything because the government, the politician, everybody involved are just romancing it. And it's time for action so that we will not wake up one day and say that our resources, our investment disappear to the end. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. But Sir Best Irabe, this is really disturbing.
Yes.
Do you think government is doing enough?
No.
In terms of tackling this insecurity? Because we must, reacting after an incident has happened is not always the best.
Yes.
Taking precautionary or putting precautionary measures in place is the best.
Exactly.
So do you think the federal government is doing enough?
Over time, one would like to say the truth. The government, to use his own term, romanticizing the whole scenario. The action of government over time has not had any biting effect. There's no political will to solve. I've listened to retired generals who come on air. Even there was one yesterday on a sister station who was saying that, look, who is Boko Haram? They can be obliterated if there's a political will. But there's no political will. There was a time President Jonathan, you mentioned, raised an alarm that there are Boko Haram people in his own government. It had a banner, a headline in all newspapers in Nigeria that there are Boko Haram officials in his own government. And nobody looked at it, nobody talked about it. So there have been no political will. What we have had over time is that government mouthpiece, after it has happened, they have never been proactive. After it has happened, this wordsmith, whether they are the Minister of Information or they are presidential spokespersons, they are very good at crafting a condolence message and condemn the action. And they will now use the word, government is on top of the situation. They have never been on top of any situation. That's the truth of the matter. So, the problem we have had is that if you do not want to, because Donald Trump, like I said just now, believe in our common humanity. We are human beings. We're not talking about Nigeria now, America or China. People who believe in our common humanity, they are not happy seeing people slaughtered on a daily basis. And the government of such state will say, we are on top of the situation. Oh, tomorrow we are going to chase everybody out and all that. We have not been having that government ability to say, let's go and do this. What politicians are doing, they are focusing on themselves, how to win the next election. That's exactly what they are doing. They move. You can see now what we have gotten now has assumed a pandemic situation, where even politicians are now even crying aloud. You saw the man you quoted just now, Turaki, telling the whole world, come, it's not only the fact that they are killing Christians, but now that democracy democracy is going to be wiped out in our country, Nigeria. Look at the politicians, the dramatic personae in the political arena. What are they doing? They are busy sewing clothes, sewing cap and everything and all that. Everybody want to be a one party. They're reducing Nigeria to a one party state. That will not help the place. Instead of them focusing on the real issue, they are focused. It's a macabre dance of the absurd. What we are seeing is a macabre dance of the absurd. The dance of absurdity. Where people are being killed every day, you are sewing clothes, you are interested in wearing cap, and thinking of how you are going to win the next election. What an absurd society. What a society that is completely insensitive of what is happening to their own fellow man. We weep for this country. I weep for this country. I weep for this country. Okay. Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. Bishop Lucky. Now, we know the problem is there. It's glaring, So what do you think government should do to really tackle this problem? Because Sir Best Irabe has just said to him, government is not doing enough. So which areas do you think government need to really quick fix?
The government to give a marching order.
Okay. Have they not done that?
No.
Okay.
See, it's not about talking it. It's not just saying it. Okay. There should be action.
Okay.
Because result come by action, not by saying it. You can't say anything and it will just remain there. But by back with the action, you walk. Even in your own heart, if you just say certain thing and laugh by it, your wife actually will not obey you. But there's some action you put in place that they say, no, if that is corner, there's a problem. Then the government will start putting some action in place. Remove politics. We're not after APC, PDP, whatever. We are after a particular problem. Human beings are dying every day. Look at situation now. The pastors were key. Christians were adopted inside church service. Look at those people now, children in school, they are being adopted for no reason. Now, if government start taking action, that this is a bill, this is a law, whosoever do this is going like this, and this I looks like, okay, like recently in our street, I come and I say, we cannot wait for government. People don't know you. I'm going to mark up our security guard. Make sure that any strange movement, we don't understand, get the person. Whether you have Benin, Isoko, Hausa, we don't care, we don't understand you, will get you arrested by we. When you handle you to police, they will not allow us to be taken away from society. Then the street is calm. Don't machine that run our street in the night, those days in your here. You don't see machine in the night because we are ready for business. If government can begin to take that action, I am telling you, you will now understand that some people will call Benin, a door like us, yes, as even part of this business. Because you can't come from Zamfara to my state and know all the local economy. So what is giving you information? But because there's no action, one guy just left our street like yesterday. Because we met everywhere. They say the guy want to park. Hey, you go. We don't need you. You go. You leave the street. Let us have peace. We need peace. Because that thing is that have been put in place. You will now understand that some people that are speaking Benin with us, who are speaking Isham with us, who are speaking Auchi and the rest, yes, that they are even part of the sponsor and the informant that these guys are using to deal with us and attack us in our own state. Well, because those things are not put in place, why we don't know who is we are working with. You don't know the next person. But by the time these people, you don't understand that some people even you think that they are normal. They are the one eating from the system. One phone call, they get a lot. One phone call, they get a lot. After the alert is coming, they will not stop.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. I hope you are enjoying this program. We are looking at this very disturbing trend of insecurity. It's affecting us. We'll look at the economic effect. We'll look at how it's affecting humanity. We'll just take a holistic look at this very disturbing problem. But that will be after this break. Okay, it is 60 Minutes Nigeria. I hope you are enjoying the program. My name is Egosa Agbonlao, your anchor. I also have with me the director of Ecumenism and Interfaith of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter, Sabesti Rabe. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We also have with us a very respected clergyman and a leader of congregations, Bishop Lucky Omonabiese. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir,
for your time. I need to also let them know that Bishop Lucky Omonabiese is also a farmer. He has always encouraged farming.
Yes,
okay, okay, Sabesti Rabe.
Yes,
now,
yes,
we've agreed that government needs to do more than what it's doing now.
Yes, yes.
President Tinubu refused to travel for an international conference, yes, or meeting because of the security situation, the abduction of 25 students in Kebbi State and the killings in Kwara. Do you think this is the right step in the right direction by President Tinubu?
Well, he has done well by staying back, because there's a local parable that if your home is not well with it, is not well with your home, you can't go to the farm and begin to shout and begin to run up and down. Yeah. There's fire on the mountain. So if he had gone to that place, that would have labeled him, because already they are saying, people have been saying that he's not sensitive to the issue. That would have increased that kind of perception. Now he did well, but let us move beyond rhetorics. Let us give our people a timeline. Between now and the next 6 months, wipe out Boko Haram. When you do that, you encourage the morale of the military need to be boosted. You need to encourage them, very young men in their 16, 17, 18, 20, 19, young people. You need to boost their morale. You need to encourage them. You need to give them the right weapon to face. My brother was talking about Ode. When we were doing Ode those days, it's not sticks they were holding. We having any attacker.
What's the meaning of Ode?
Ode,
you
that
to
is,
explain.
Ode means people in a particular community keeping watch at night over any possible intruder.
Okay.
But today, it's not that kind of Ode. The intruders that have been brought in from Niger, Chad, because of politics, are resident here with AK-47 in the jungle. So are you going to face those people with ordinary sticks? There's nothing you are going to do. No matter what you are going to do, you can't face those people with ordinary sticks. We must call a spade a spade. That was the beginning. No rebuttal account. It's in the public domain. How these people came to Nigeria from different parts, from our neighboring countries. And these people didn't go back. They are now here. They were weaponized. They had the sophisticated weapons. They invaded our forest, and they are there. Who is going to go to meet them in the forest with ordinary sticks or a Dane gun, that long Dane gun? As you see, people carrying Dane gun. As I was coming just now, I see some boys vigilante with Dane gun. That is a huge joke. Now, first of all, let the government, let everybody in Nigeria say, look, there's a problem. Let government not begin to defend the indefensible. If you kill Muslims, are they not Nigerians? Are they not human beings like us? If you kill Christians, are they not human beings? If you killed practitioners of African traditional religion, are they not human beings? Do they need to be killed? Let everybody agree that there's a genocide. And let us see what can be done to wipe them out. If we are not able, why can't we look for assistance? When Trump never said he was going to invade Nigeria, he said if we cannot longer, he said because they have been, he accused Nigeria of being lethargic, the Nigerian government of being lethargic in confronting the situation. And therefore, if you are so lethargic, let us come and help you to stamp it out. That's what he's saying. He's not coming to invade Nigeria and then Nigeria become part of a state in America. No, that's not what he's doing. Let us ask people for help. Agosa, do you know what we are suffering in Nigeria? We are suffering a debt of practical knowledge. Practical knowledge. That's why we cannot make anything. Now, you are running on gen now or solar or what have you. We cannot fix the electricity in Nigeria. Why can't we go and ask people to come and help us? Is the shame? We can't. There's no water. There are no roads in Nigeria. Let's go and ask people how they are doing it in other places. We go to other climes to see what's going on there. I was coming just now. I stood at the red light stopped me around Siloko. The man behind me was blaring. I said, look, we have to maintain the red light. He pulled out and shouted on me, are you the one who going to change Nigeria? and sped off. But if such a person is in Europe or America, he will obey. So everything is near collapse, total collapse. What we are seeing now is how to win a next election. Nigeria is now gravitating towards a one-party state. They are not thinking of what we are talking about now. They are not even listening to us. How they are going to retain their seat, how they are going to perpetrate themselves in power is what they are talking about. That's what we are suffering in Nigeria. Nigeria has money. God has blessed Nigeria. We have everything in Nigeria. Come to think of it, Ewosa, you plant, if in this studio now, if you were able to dig it and remove the tiles and everything and get to the soil and plant plantain or cassava or whatever, in the next 6 or 7 months, you come and repeat. This is Nigeria for you. You understand what I'm saying? A young man told me in Israel once, when I told him, when I saw, I went to banana plantation, the labor they engage in trying to plant banana or plantain, they will build a house for it, cellophane house, they will be all kinds of labor. I was looking, I said, my friend, come to my place. I don't need to labor the way you are laboring now. I need to just put it in my back house. And I go away. He said, and then in some time, a few months time, I come and reap. He said, is there a nation like this? I said, yes, that's called Nigeria. But we are not harnessing it. We are not using it. We are a country of money mongers. People who love money. These are the people we have in Nigeria. Lovers of money can never make it. People in Nigeria want to grab, they want to take everything, me, myself, and my generation. They have all the money and all that. That's what their mind is fixed on that. To have all the money under their bed and be spending so that they themselves, their generations to come, will not suffer. Those are the kind of people we have in Nigeria. A people who are morally and financially profligate. even morally profligate. These are the people we have in Nigeria.
Okay,
so if we sit down to say, look, this problem, we have identified it, let's solve it. It can be solved.
Thank you very much, Sir Besiri Abe. Before we get the comments of Bishop Lucky Omonabiase, we'll take a brief break now, and I must tell you that this disturbing trend, we need to dissect it, we need to evolve solution, because I believe that government agencies can actually heed advice of my guests, and you never can tell. Could be useful, but that will be after this break. What a delight to have you on the program. It's always a delight, because you spending your 60 minutes with us on the program makes us very happy. And we are looking at a very disturbing trend of the security situation in Nigeria. My guests have emotionally made their comments, and I think that government need to do more. But members of the public can also call in and make their contributions. Like we always say on this program, do not use any derogatory language, do not insult anybody, but just make your comments for us to have a good Nigeria. The security situation is really disturbing. How can we tackle it? That's the essence of this program. We are not castigating anyone. We are not speaking against anyone. All we need is a better society for everyone. You need to understand our position. We are not against any religion. We are not against any sect. We are not against anybody. We are just talking about that, about the situation in Nigeria. Nigeria needs to be a good country where people can sleep with their two eyes closed, where people can move at night without being afraid, you know, where people can travel without being afraid. Not everybody can pay for flight tickets. So you need to still travel on the road. We need adequate security. So that's the program. You can call in. The phone number will be displayed. We'll allow you make your comment while my guests continue to provide solution and dissect the topic. Bishop Lucky, now, we've talked about, yes, government needs to do more. Some persons have always said, okay, there's need for community policing, there's need for state police, there's need for state police, there's need for, you know, vigilantes. Do you really think the manpower of the Nigerian police need to be increased through the issue of state police and community policing?
Yes.
Okay.
They have to have state police and community policing with the vigilante, because the vigilante are people that are living in the community who know the area better than any other person. And when those are involved, plus state police, for federal police, with all these people come together with the agreement of the force, you will see that even if they cannot overcome the crime 100%, only 80% will be done.
Okay, thank you, Bishop. We'll come to you. Good afternoon, the very first caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Alaji Ahmad.
Okay. Calling from where?
I'm calling from Benin.
Okay. Okay, make your point.
I want to commend our speaker in the studio. They have been doing justice to this topic.
Okay.
To one of us.
Thank you.
The issue we are deliberating is a very simple matter. To me, all we are just saying that corruption is the one leading us on this corruption. As I speak to you now, the IG of police of this country, I think we're supposed to retire. This is the first time we have seen the IG who have spent more than 35, who have spent more than retiring age, being appointed by the president to continue living that as illegal IG. So we don't, and they keep on telling us press release. With Nigeria, we don't need press release. We need action. So to be doing this in action, let us, okay, they say Christian or genocide. Christian are dying, Muslims are dying. Are people supposed to be dying in this country? To be let's go be frank. Are people supposed to be dying? We cannot move around again. Most of us used to now, we are just afraid of this being in Nigeria. I don't know why. When we were growing up, this were not like this in the country. Please, we are begging there. We are begging there. And I speak to you now, the current government now, there's only like 2026 in their calendar. If the way they are showing concern on the presidential election 2027, they are also showing concern about this security issue. I think that this time we will be moving freely. So we don't pray the God to save every one of us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I can see the way you are feeling. I told you so many Nigerians are not happy. Like I said, you can also contribute, make your comments so that we can have a good country. Because the future of this country is what matters. Not everybody can japa. Not everybody are even encouraged to japa. If you japa, you leave your country. Who will develop your country? You and I will develop Nigeria. We must stay here. Okay, let's get another caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Gabriel from Saple Road.
Okay.
The question, I thank you so much for handling this program. The question I want to ask you is, number one, what are these people fighting for? What do they really want? If they have been talking to them, oh, let them alone, what do they want? We can see Ukraine, Russia, they are fighting because Russia want to overpower them and take them to their colony. What are they fighting for? Then number two, very important. Why will the president not come out and tell people this is what is going on? Anyone successive leader that come, we hide it. Anyone that come, we hide it. Jonathan was hiding it. Buhari came, the same thing. Now, Tinubu, who said he want to, he want to rule. Why will he not tell people this is what is happening? And my prayer is America should come. It's my prayer, fervent prayer, and God will make them come. I just read online now that he never make ordinary empty threat. That's what that lawmaker who received Nigeria that went there. He never received ordinary threat. He must fulfill his promise. God will bring them down to save us in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Bishop Lucky, the way forward.
The way is very simple. Let them have community policing, state policing, out to the federal police, and let them be empowered.
Okay, we have another caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from? Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Mila Ifinedo. My name is Mila Ifinedo. I'm calling from Benin.
Go on. We're having network issue with you. Just go on. Okay. I think we're having network. The thing is re-echoing and coming back. Please, you can call again. Maybe it will be better. Okay, we have another caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Mosi.
Okay.
From Saple Road.
Okay.
What I say for this issue is, all those ethnic really here for Benin. In our state, the Delta state, it is just more. Because with the youth, we need to mobilize people to walk away from this planning act.
Oh, no, we don't want you to mention the name of any tribe because we have some very good Fulani people. I actually served as a copper very many years ago in Katsina State. They were very nice to me. I lived with them. We used to buy what they call rago. Rago means ram suya. We used to buy that in the evening as a copper in Katsina State. So they are good Fulani people. They are good Hausa people. They are good people in the north. I must tell you, I love them. So, but just like in Benin, just like in Edo State, we have good and bad people. So don't mention the name of any tribe because you don't have evidence to say this is a tribe. I love the Fulanis. I love the Hausa people. I love Nigerians. And I believe they love me too. Okay, we have another caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from? Okay, go on.
What I'm trying to say, as this thing is this now, when people refuse, if you create our president, he refuse to put hand. We in South here, we should expect more terrorists coming because they are already open door for them to come decide. They are already here. Those people are here already. So if our governor is not wake up, then we are going to get that problem. That's what I saw.
Thank you. Thank you. I know what you are trying to say is that there is need for security measures to be put on the ground. We should be proactive, just like my guests have said, not only reacting to what has happened. I know that's what you are talking about. Okay, good afternoon. Another caller again. Your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Advocate. I'm calling from Igwebe.
Okay, oh, Advocate. Good afternoon. How is Igwebe?
Igwebe is fine.
Okay, go on.
Just as one of the callers has said, really, why is it that the former president from Jonathan to date, why is it that they are not really talking? Why are they not addressing the issue? What is happening? Just as one of the callers has said, our prayer is for Trump to come because nothing is working politically and otherwise. The system has failed in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a caller, Advocate from Igwebe. He's also very worried. So, while we wait for other callers, Sabesi Rabe, okay, let's just quickly take this caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Julius, calling from Benin.
Okay.
It's quite, I'll be following this your program and every other program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But it's very pathetic and quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. You know, like I always say, we can play politics with every other thing, not with security. Security does not know money. Insecurity rather does not have coloration. So my major thing about this is that we thought, because this president, they said he's a master strategist. And I expected him to be strategic in all ramifications, especially when it comes to insecurity, not just politics. We know what played out in Jonathan administration, how people condemn this man that is unstable. That was what people cost him in the election. And we expected that these people coming on board, we're going to not to see this kind of issue again. But it's quite sad that 23 or 25 children were kidnapped. And funny enough, we were told that 30 minutes before that kidnap took place, security men were in that school because of DSS intelligence reports. Why did they vacate that place? So these are all shrouded in security, and I'd like to know that this Boko Haram, whether you like it or not, whether NNPC, I'm entitled to my opinion, it's my right, every comment I make now, it is for me, not from ITV. I take responsibility for it. There are people sponsoring this Boko Haram, that is why that's supposed to go. People are responsible. People are playing politics with insecurity in Nigeria. Government has told us several times that they know those behind the scenes that are responsible. Why have they not had the political will to identify these people and deal with them squarely? But they were able to declare state of emergency in Rivers State. So we should stop all this politics and play politics with our lives. Enough is enough. We can't take this any longer. If President Tinubu could not fix Nigeria, he should resign. Tinubu must go. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Very emotional again, but what I can just pick from there, if state of emergency can be declared in Rivers State because of the political imbroglio, why can't state of emergency be declared on security in Nigeria? A quick reaction from you, Sir.
There's no question about that. That's exactly what we've been talking about. There has to be, when we talk about state of emergency, it's not a suicide thing. You want to make sure that all attention is geared towards that very problem.
Yes.
All eyes will be on it. More resources will be deployed to do it. That's when we talk say a state of emergency. Now, the government over time, right from the time of President Goodluck Jonathan, this thing started, it snowballed to the 8 years of Buhari, and then we are now in the tenure of Tinubu. This problem, rather than abate, has continued to exacerbate. And therefore, it calls to question what the government is doing. Government is a continuum. You not say, oh, during Jonathan it was like this, now my own is like this. No, this is not a question of praising yourself that this is what you have done. No, it's a question of identifying the problem that is on ground and harness all the resources you have, both material, intellectually, and otherwise, to attack and confront the issue. But that's not what the government is doing. Even this government of Tinubu, I must tell you, they are on the defense. I just told you yesterday, the secretary to government, federal government, held a press conference defending the situation, praising himself, praising this administration. That is not what we need now. What we need now is a concerted effort. Now, what does it take? How long does it take to have a state police, for God's sake? It's not a new thing. In the 60s, we were having state police. There were native authority police in this country. Native authority, that local government have their own police. The state was having their own police. And then you have what we call constabulary. That in every locality, teachers, bankers, they are made to do that job. They pay them some stipend. They are called constabulary police. They are not regular police. To profile the people who live in a particular area. Everybody knows ourselves. And then when you do that, you are able to police your environment. But because of lack of political will, the bill is sleeping in the National House of Assembly. The National Assembly, they are there receiving defectors. That's what they are doing. They are receiving defectors. They are you know, to align with the president. They are. Oshomole cried out a few days ago, my dear brother Egosa. Our Senator Oshomole, God bless him, because he's my friend. I have always thought that what's Oshomole doing there now? He cried out to say, "Look, we are not rubber stamp. We are becoming one." Okay. Bills come from the executive almost immediately in the twinkle of an eye, in the speed of light. They approve it.
Okay, thank
but
you.
Nothing has been done.
We'll allow you to continue, sir. Yes. Best. But let's just get this caller. Good afternoon. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is John. I'm calling from the
Okay. Okay.
I want to appreciate your effort by giving this opportunity to us to express ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. One thing about this insecurity in Nigeria, it will only end when people on top have the will to do the job. They don't have the will. And that for them to stop this thing, they need to cut off this security vote. Because as long as there is security vote, governors can pay without questioning, they will always have a way of motivating this thing to reciprocate itself often and often. Because the more the problem is, the more the security vote. I take example of that one. I got this experience from the former governor in the Delta State. I won't want to mention it. If you remember, before Gwaga, then the Joe and the Shekiri, we know how they motivate the system to spend the security vote. Because when there is problem in your community, the security vote will be increased. That is one. And another thing I wanted to use the opportunity to just express. Please, we need to be proactive, not reactive. I wanted this government to take care of this new Benin as is, because it is not when it happens they will take care of it. It's too crowded. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Governor Monday Okpewolo, one of the callers, a member of the society, has just called in to appeal to you that New Benin Aziz in Benin City, Edo State is too crowded and security measures need to be put in place. I want to concur with that caller, because if you drive through New Lagos Road, through New Benin, across Mission Road, traders are even trading on the road now. God forbid there's maybe a vehicle will say there's brake failure. It can ram into the traders along the road. We are not saying people should not trade. This is the festive period. Let them go inside the market. Let them move away from the road. You know. So that's that caller. We have another caller now. Good afternoon. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, thank you. My name is Mila Ifinedo. I'm calling from Benin.
Thank you. Go on.
As I said before, sir, my name is Mila Ifinedo. I'm calling from Benin, Kenwa Road here. What I see in this insecurity matter, sir.
Sir, do you know what you can do? Reduce the volume of your TV set. That is why it's re-echoing. Go on, please.
These bandit people. Okay, these bandits in the north side, sir. These people, they call them, they were political thugs. This northern governor used them to run politics without giving them jobs. They were given guns by these former governors in North to do politics. After If you discover, you will see some are sharp, some are Malians, some are Nigerians. They brought them to run election. They know these politicians in the north. They know what they are using them for. So they should settle them so that they can go back to their various countries. They should not leave them here. That is what is bringing this problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Because of time, thank you very much. Thank you. Like we said, the comments of our viewers, it is their personal comment, not a reflection of ITV at all. And one of the callers said it, that it is his own personal opinion. Because some of the comments they make, they don't have evidence to validate their comments. So we need to really make that very clear. But let's just conclude.
Yes, sir.
Bishop, just a sentence. Tell us
the way out.
Yes.
The way out is very simple.
Okay.
Get a vigilante, say police, federal police, army, or give them, increase their wages.
Okay.
Give them modern weapon and encourage them. I tell you, before 6 months, this thing is over.
Okay, thank you very much. Concluding comments are best.
Yeah, that's exactly what my take is. Let us go beyond rhetorics. Oh, we have done this, we have done the other one. Oh, in the past, when we came, the other government didn't do that. It's not time for blame game.
Okay.
It's time for action. The security architecture must be rejigged. The security architecture must be well beefed off. And the morale of the military are doing well. Their morale must be boosted. Okay. Pay them good wages. And when you do so, let's call the spade a spade. A caller just now talking about sponsors. Let us not run away with that. Run away from that. There are people sponsoring insecurity, even from the far north. Some people, the other time, they said they were going to publish their names. Government should do well if they really have those names, National Security Advisor, publish the names of these people and deal with them squarely. Once that is done, you will see Boko Haram and the ISWA will be a thing of the past. If we lack the capacity by way of weapons of war, armament we don't have, we should appeal to places like America, developed countries, to help us with such equipment to completely obliterate this menace.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's the show. I hope you enjoyed every bit of 60 Minutes Nigeria, this week's edition. If you did, keep a date with me by the grace of God. Next week, we'll be looking at another topic that has to do with Nigeria. Until then, have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
Oṣòdì aṣáájú ẹ̀ abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Àyàbá sọ́kè abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Àdàyè àtọ́jú abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ̀túwà. Ugieni Madonna, Imazegno, Orero, always near Manazo, or Ugieni Madonna.
You will have to serve the community for 30 years before you come to this stage. They will update you of your title. Then by then you are one of the elder.
This year now, we don't read the year, so that's why we can do this year.
Historically, joining the Elders Council, an individual must have reached a certain age and must have made significant contributions to the community through leadership, service, or other meaningful ways. There was jubilation in the community as sons and daughters of Okada, both at home and in the diaspora, trooped out to be part of the ceremony with various homes of the initiates agog with festivities. Friends and well-wishers of those initiated into the Elders Council jubilated at the Ogwedion after performing all traditional rites. The elders, known as Edion, in company with their loved ones, danced to their various homes where guests and family members were entertained.
ITV, certainly the best.
Viewers, once more, we welcome you to Message of Islam, reaching you from Independent Television Benin. Today, inshallah, we want to look at the topic, condemnation of murder in Islam. Condemnation of the crime or the offense of murder in Islam. Inshallah, to take this topic, I have with me in the studio this evening. Close to me on my left is Ustaz Sani Abdul Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me, and assalamu alaikum viewers.
Alhamdulillah. And we also have in the studio this evening Professor Bunyamin Aidi Al-Aji. Professor Bunyamin Aidi. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers at home, peace be unto you all.
Alhamdulillah. Yes, we are looking at this topic, condemnation of murder in Islam. We are looking at any topic as far as Islam is concerned. We are looking at it in line with what submission to the will of God entails, because Islam radically means submission to the will of Almighty Allah. Let me start with you. Ustaz Sani Abdul Hafiz. What is murder? Let's start with the definition.
In the name of Allah, all praise is due to Allah. We ask for Allah's peace and blessings upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Murder, simply put, in the definition of Islam, is the taking of the life of another person for no just cause and without having the authority to do so. Taking the life of another person for no just cause and without the authority to do so. We have to put it this way because sometimes there are some kind of penalties that may involve having to take the life of another person. So such is not regarded as murder in Islam. For example, if somebody committed adultery and they have to be stoned to death, you don't call that murder. But stoning the person to death requires authority So if you say somebody committed adultery and you say because we are Muslims, we cannot see an adulterer, and so we take up arms and lynch the person to death, we have committed murder because we have no authority to do so. So murder is to take the life of another person for no just cause and without authority to do so.
Alhamdulillah. I'm coming to you now, Prof. Now, what is the punishment for murder in Islam? One who has committed the offense of murder.
Of course, the definition of murder as far as Islam is concerned has been given by Malam Abdulafiz Sani. In addition to what he just said, before I go to the punishment for murder, the issue of committing adultery, before you can even carry out the punishment, there must be witnesses. Witnesses to say, at least two same men who will not lie. And it's not, adultery is not something that you commit in the presence of anyone. So even when the act had been carried out and the person just came out of the room with a towel or whatever, and it's at that point one of the witnesses see them, you don't have any right to now come out and say you think that is what they went inside to do. So before you even catch the person red-handed or the person's red-handed, it will be very, very difficult. And that is why most times it's left between you and your creator. Now, having said that, the punishment for murder, the moment... The
standard of proof in adultery is more than that.
Yes.
We are required to produce 4 eyewitnesses.
Thank you. 4 eyewitnesses. Yes, thank you. 4 eyewitnesses. Now, the punishment for murder is also that the life of the person that has committed it must be taken. And it will not be taken except the family of the person say, well, no problem. So there are 2 or 3 categories as mentioned in the Quran. The murder could be what the lawyers would call the manslaughter, if it is not intentional, just by mistake. And if it is intentional, someone intentionally takes the life of another person and it's established that the person did that intentionally. Such individual, once it's caught, you take the life of such person as well. So the Islam doesn't play with the life of an individual. Even when you say the life of the fetus, who you want to regard as not a full physical human being, Islam takes care of that. So as much as possible, even the life of animals, Islam takes care of that. Because in Islam doesn't allow you to take the life of an animal without you having any need for such animal. So much as we protect the lives of human beings, we protect the life of every living being.
Thank you very much. We are looking at the topic, condemnation of murder in Islam. In Islam, life is so sacred. It is Almighty Allah who created us and is the owner of all the life. In fact, you do not have the right to take your own life, take your own soul. You commit suicide, you go straight to the hellfire. We have a lot of misconceptions when it comes to all these things in Islam. If you commit suicide, in Islam, you go to the fire of hell. Islam has 0 tolerance for the offense of murder. Now, Ustaz Sani Abdulaziz, I'm coming back to you again. Now, in a situation where we have Muslims whose lives are not governed by the Sharia law, which stipulates steep penalties for criminal offenses, what is your take on that?
As it relates to murder, when you don't have
we have
the
issue of
Sharia
corruption,
law,
even where you have laws of the land as regards a particular offense.
you know, the general rule, whenever the Sharia authority is not in place, more of a rule of alaykum anfusukum. That is, you are in charge of yourself. In charge of yourself to guard yourself and conduct yourself in a way and manner that you don't commit sins. You don't do whatever Allah has prohibited, including committing murder. It's a complex, scenario for a Muslim to actually live in, because there has to be law in place. There has to be the Sharia in place to bring everybody to book whenever they overstep the boundaries of Allah. But unfortunately, where you live in a place where the Sharia law is not in place, the second question will be, is there any law in place at all? If there is a law in place at all, then the law in place has to be followed to protect lives as it relates to murder. Nobody has a right to take the life of another person. The Islamic fights, so to say, that you had in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, at some point they have to be brought to a halt. Bringing them to a halt required coming into agreements, coming into some kind of treaties, some kind of terms of peace. Those terms of peace are, terms that all of us are committed to in order to see that we don't spill the blood of one another. So as long as those laws are in place, the Muslim is also binded by this law that you don't take the life of another person. This is actually how the ulama describe a state that has a constitution. Like Nigeria, for example. It has a constitution. The constitution represents the agreement between all parties that form the state called Nigeria. Whether they are traditionalists, they are Muslims, they are atheists, they are Christians, they are Jews, all of us are captured in this constitution. So that we are all binded by the law of respecting one another, protecting the life of one another, ensuring that there is always peace and there is no crisis.
Thank you very much.
Now,
Professor, I come back to you again. We have some countries that have abolished death penalty. Condemnation of murder in Islam. The penalty for murder in Islam is you will be executed if you are found guilty of murder. What is your view on abolition of death penalty? When Almighty God that created us has made that law that whoever kills and is found guilty should be executed.
You see, there is no way we will not have problems in every society where we try to modify the natural laws that govern us, that govern every society. It's one of the ways through which people modify the natural laws. And wherever you have that, will not be far from crisis. Because, for instance, in Nigeria, assuming we still uphold that, that is, whoever takes the life of another person unjustly, such individuals should also be eliminated. If we abide with it, we'll not be running into series of crises that we have nowadays. We have so many examples of people that were kidnapped before ransoms were paid. Such individuals were eliminated. Even when ransoms have been paid, they still went ahead to kill them. Quite a number of times we have read that certain numbers of kidnappers, bandits, terrorists, or whatever, committing one heinous crime or another, were arrested. Later, we will still hear that they receive amnesty.
But Nigeria did not abolish death penalty.
I'm coming. Now, much as we do not abolish death penalty, how many times have we in this country heard of someone that was condemned in any court of law to murder, and such persons were eventually executed, either publicly or privately in any secret places? We've not heard of that in the past 30 years. And that is why we keep, rigmaroling around a circle. Because right from the time kidnapping started some years back, if we had adopted that, but right from the time the IPTRO banditry started, the terrorism started, all these forms of criminalities in our society, if we had adopted execution of anyone that was found guilty, after carrying out all the decent investigations and you confirm that this person actually did this, if you execute them, automatically nobody will want to venture into such things. But at the end of the day, you still find them on the street of on the streets of the town. Now, coming back really to other countries where they have abolished that, they try as much as possible to keep such individuals out of circulation. And what they believe is that, you know, separating them from the society, not having any contact with anyone, is even worse than killing. You've heard of people that were confided or that are confided life imprisonment. In one room, they only give them maybe 1 hour of refreshment during the day or at night, depending on whatever the person chooses. You know, keeping the person solitarily in that kind of environment can be worse. And it can be likened to, you know, al-fitna to ashadu min al-qatl. You know, keeping someone in permanent condition of tribulation may be worse than death sometimes. But whichever one we adopt in the country, as it is today, Nigeria cannot even be said to have adopted anyone. We are just floating, and that is why we have this mirage of crisis within us today.
So our law is very clear. We have the law stipulating death penalty for some offences. Another thing is the enforcement of the laws. I'm coming to you now, Ustaz Sani Abdul Hafiz. Now, is it permissible in Islam to, in the guise of jihad, perpetrate heinous crimes like murder?
No, it's never permitted in the
jihad?
Laws of Islam.
What is jihad? So jihad means killing the innocent?
Jihad is a struggle, you know, by the literal translation. And this struggle can be in any form, which one of the forms is actual fighting. And the way to express it is to say that you are struggling to enforce Allah's law. You are trying to, live the life that Allah says you should live. Obey Allah's law. It's a continuous struggle. You are struggling with yourself. You are struggling with the forces. Then you now have it at a point in time where you have forces that feel that you should not even exist because you are a Muslim, that you shouldn't exist. So this is the point at which the Prophet ﷺ was told that you should fight back.
Is it part of jihad to be involved in banditry and terrorism?
Yeah, you asking the question that what's jihad? That's why we are trying to explain it. It's not. It's not. Banditry is not jihad. Terrorism is not jihad. Whatever other forms of crimes people committing, it's not jihad.
A police officer who is fighting against the armed robbers, is he not performing jihad?
He's performing a jihad because he is trying to, is struggling against disturbances to the society,
so whatever you
to the community. Everything you do to keep the community safe, peaceful, and progressing is a jihad. So it can be in any form. Now, coming back to the point of banditry, I feel actually very disturbed to even want to connect them at all. They are not in the same line, because banditry is for some economic gain. We can put it that way.
Banditry is evil.
Yes, it's evil. It's for economic gain. Those who are into it, they know what they are out for. Even in jihad, you don't come to a place where people are just living and then you lynch and attack on them because they are not Muslims. No, you don't do that. So when you say that some people are terrorists and then they go to a place of non-Muslim occupants in order to get everybody dead.
Or even Muslim occupants.
Okay, Muslim. No, normally when you want to talk about jihad, you want to talk about the non-Muslim. That's why you can't call it jihad, because many of the time Muslims are involved in what your so-called banditry, terrorism, insurgency, kidnapping. Muslims are involved. They pay the ransom. They lose the lives of their relatives. Mosques are destroyed. Worshippers are maimed. So how could you call it jihad? They are not close. They are not the same thing. So it's part of what the society need to be educated about. The Quran talks about jihad, but jihad is not banditry. It's not terrorism. It's not insurgency. It is not kidnapping. It is the Prophet Islam fought against Makkans. The Makkans was the home where he was born. He has been expelled from Makkah to Medina. And the people did not only expel him, they took arms to go face him in Medina to say, this man cannot continue to live. Whoever believes in him will be crushed. That was when Allah said,
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much. You are allowed to defend yourself, you defend your life. And so it is part of jihad to defend your life. Prophet said one tradition. That if a thief attacks you, you should fight him. And the companion asked, how about if he kills me because of the fight? Prophet says, you will go to paradise. He doesn't say, how about if I kill him? Prophet says, if you kill him, he will go to the hellfire. So jihad is from the word jahada, to strive, to struggle. But it has to be a positive struggle. Striving in the cause of God. And God is good. And God is not evil. Saving a life is part of jihad. As a medical doctor, you are called and you left your home at midnight, rushing to the hospital to save the life of that accident victim. That is jihad. Jihad is to struggle, to strive in the cause of God. Nigeria has been declared or was declared as a country of particular concern. And we are also hearing allegations of Christian genocide. What is your take on that?
Well, of course, when you look at the word genocide as applied to what we have in Nigeria, it's not only our Christian brothers, sisters that one can say are the victims of genocide in Nigeria. Because look at the issue of kidnapping, the issue of terrorism, banditry that we mentioned earlier on. All these one cut across various tribes, various religions, even including those that don't proclaim either Christianity or Islam. The victims vary in terms of age, in terms of tribes, in terms of religion. So one cannot really say that it's only the Christians that are involved, except that we are trying to just heat up the polity. And where the danger is the fact that assuming the people we are calling from outside come here to come and assist us, fight others, there is no way we will not run into more problems. Because in areas where they had intervened in the past, there is no part of the world where we have had intervention of these persons that we are calling, that they have stable society till today. Talk of Libya, talk of Somalia, talk of Syria, talk of even the Middle East. There is nowhere that is peaceful up to today. Now, if you say they should come, no bomb or bullet is labeled Christians or Muslims. If they drop any bomb anywhere, the devastation will not separate people based on religion or will not destroy people based on religion or tribes. So therefore, what we need to pray for and also strive for is there is a general problem, that there are general problems that we all have. The issue of hunger is there. The issue of mounting anger is there, which is necessitated by the situation we find ourselves in this country. So if someone is hungry, hunger as it is today doesn't differentiate between religions. doesn't differentiate between tribes. We are all hungry, we are all angry the same way. So we should not, based on the fact that certain persons are looking for favors outside the shores of Nigeria, then magnify the problem beyond what we will be able to bear when the consequences come. The consequences may be enormous. This country belongs to every one of us, whether we are Christians or we are Muslims or we are atheists, or we don't even believe in any existence of any God. This country belongs to us all, and we must defend it by our conduct, by our character, and by that band of humanity that all of us are together in this.
Thank you. Mr. Hassan Abdul Hafiz, what is the government expected to do? The duty of government is to protect life and property.
The government, among everything they have done, which is striving to see how much they protect life and properties, we can only say that more should be done. More should be done, and just as has been mentioned, that when criminals that are involved in these activities are arrested, they should be promptly dealt with according to the law. And when Allah mentioned about punishing the adulterer, let some of the people witness their punishment, so that it will be shown that the one who lost a life will know that the person that killed my person has been dealt with.
That will serve as a deterrent to others. Thank you very much, viewers. We have been looking at the topic, condemnation of murder in Islam. Islam has zero tolerance for murder and for all criminal activities. In fact, Islam is very, very strict when it comes to punishment. You steal, your hand is amputated. You commit adultery, you are stoned to death, or you are given 100 strokes of the cane if you commit fornication, if you are not married. You commit murder, you are to be executed. You commit banditry, your hand and feet at alternate sides is to be cut off, and you can be banished from the land. Very severe punishment we have in Islam, the Sharia law. But when you have Muslims whose lives are not governed by the Sharia, then it becomes a matter of concern. Banditry, terrorism is not part of Islam. Jihad means struggle, to strive in the cause of God positively. And we should all try as much as possible to let all hands be on deck to make Nigeria and the world at large a peaceful place, especially as Muslims. Thanks for coming. Al-Aji Professor Bunyamin Aide, and thanks for coming, Mr. Hassan Abdul Hafiz.
Thank you too.
Al-Aji Al-Amin Alao. We are join us again next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
Television and radio here in the city of Benin. I hope you are having a very fantastic Friday afternoon. It's been very hot, but what we have to do is to keep going. On the show today, I have two wonderful guests with me, but before I introduce my guest, I'd like to say if you've been following us on this program, Hitches and Voices, we've been on a series for the past 3 weeks, which is on disability, love, dating and marriage. And I know many of our audience out there, many of our fans, followers enjoyed that series thoroughly. But we're moving away from all that, and today our focus will be on the International Day for Persons with Disability, coming up on the 3rd of December this year. It is a yearly event, and who else to talk about this than the guest I have with me in the studio today, Executive Director, Network for the Advancement of Persons with Visible Disability, NAVID, Melody Omosa Esquire. Welcome to Hitches and Voices.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
I also have with me in the studio, Executive Director, Christabel Otueru Foundation, Onome Otueru. Welcome to Hitches and Voices.
Thank you for having me here today.
And we have a brand new sign language interpreter for today, standing in for Cynthia Godwinaya. It's Osarime Osabunye. She'll be interpreting for our deaf community. I'd like to welcome her to her maiden appearance on the program, Hitches and Voices. My name is Kingsley Okoje. Don't forget that this program is powered by Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disabilities, NAVID. NAVID is a known name in Edo State and in Nigeria that is advocating for the rights of persons with disability. Without wasting so much time, we delve into the program proper now. I'd like to ask the Executive Director of NAVID the very first question. It's the International Day for Persons with Disability, a yearly event. We all know that that day is set aside by the United Nations to celebrate persons with disability. But NAVID, who has been at the forefront of the advocacy for persons with disability, has seized the opportunity of that day to have the Rights Above Charity Lecture. And I know this year will not be different. You're also planning to have that same lecture, which is the 14th in the series of lecture. Can you just take us through some historical background about the International Day for Persons with Disability and the Rights Above Charity Lecture?
All right, thank you. And again, I'm glad to be with listeners and viewers today. The United Nations in 1981 through 1991 declared a decade of recognizing the contribution of persons with disabilities, and they call it a decade of celebrating persons with disabilities. It was an era where particular attention was paid to persons with disabilities, their contributions, their resilience, the challenges, their plagues, their effort. And at the end of 1991, they decided in 1992 to set aside a day yearly to celebrate the contributions of persons with disabilities. By the reckoning of the United Nations, the world's population of about over 8 billion have 15% of that as persons with disability. If your mathematics or arithmetic is anything to go by, you will know we're talking about over 1 billion persons that live with disability. So it's a significant population of the world's demography that needs to be recognized.
That's like 2 continents put together.
Thank you very much. So that journey started in 1992, and since then, every year, attention has been paid to breaking down the barriers, as it were, identifying issues that militate against the integration of persons with disability fully into society, so much that they can operate and function on an equal basis with people without disability. So it's either hearing that it's either they are trying to break down one barrier, emphasizing inclusion and access. That's been the trajectory since 1992, and this year is no different. They are fostering inclusion fostering inclusion and leadership of persons with disability to make a society that works for all. That's what UN is looking at this year. Then at NAVID, in 2011, we inaugurated the Rights Above Charity lecture, principally to emphasize the rights of persons with disabilities to coexist with their counterparts without disability on an equal basis with others, emphasizing their rights to political, economic, and social inclusion, recognizing the fact that disability, as it were, is a social construct. And when that is viewed from the lens that it's society that makes disability, then society also needs to find a way of appreciating the diversity of humanity and allowing everyone within their space to contribute to growth of society as much as they could. And like you said, since 2011, we have had a bit of history. This will be the 14th in its role of celebrating the International Day of Persons with Disabilities with a lecture themed Rights Above Charity lecture. Like you also noted, the celebration is on the 3rd of December, which is Wednesday, December 3rd. And we have also planned to have activities, not just a lecture. We have a rally and also a lecture to commemorate this year's UN Day for Persons with Disabilities.
Beautiful. Executive Director, Christopher Otero Foundation. Your organization has been a big ally of the disability community, and you have participated in several International Day for Persons with Disability. How significant is that day for you? And why do you always partner with the community to celebrate that day?
Well, I will answer that question by saying we are not just allied, we are parts of the disability community. Because we don't just see ourselves as partners, but we are also part of that community. And that day, the way we see Christmas is the way I and my people see that very day. It's a big day because that day is created to create awareness to the society, because the way the public view people with disability in this part of the world is not that too encouraging, and we need more sensitization. We need more pushing of the importance of everyone identifying with persons with disability. You can rightly hear what the rundown Barrister Melody made just now concerning the UN and all the rest. All the UN is trying to do to make sure that more awareness are being created. And I thank God for this year's theme. It's talking about inclusion, right? And we are looking for total inclusion, 100% inclusion. We want people's perception concerning those who are living with disability to change, because either we like it or not, one way or the other, somebody out there will also join the community. Some may join by age. By the time they begin to age, they have become, they've joined the community of people with disability.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's the reason why our people out there, their mindsets need to be changed. And I pray this year, the message, I pray it goes far beyond our targets. And the Living Above Charity lecture,
Rights Above Charity.
Rights Above Charity lecture is also another means of reaching people. And I want to appreciate NAVID for that initiative, because it has really done so much in educating the people, and not just the people in authority. I've also learned so much about people with disability through that lecture. And as I rightly said, every 3rd of December is more like a Christmas to me, because it gives me joy seeing everybody going out there to tell the world that we are the same with those who perceive to be those who don't have disability.
All right.
You understand?
Yes. Thank you so much. I know that at the level of NAVID, the International Day for Persons with Disabilities is not just a mere ceremony. For the past 14 years, you've used that program to drive specific advocacy. You've used it to start certain campaign. What's the vision for this year? What are you targeting this year? What's the message? What's the central theme for this year's celebration?
All right, thank you. In 2011, when we started, the campaign was, we do not want issues of disabilities to be viewed as mere charity. It should not. I recall vividly the first speech I made on that day, while talking to His Excellency, the then Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, who incidentally is now the Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District. I said, yes, he recognizes the disability community, but we do not want...
I recall he was present at that event.
He was present. He inaugurated the Rights Above Charity lecture, and we told him that this should go beyond the benevolence of any individual. And one way to do that is to institutionalize the rights of persons with disability by having a disability right law in place. And then we started a campaign that led to an executive bill to have a disability right law being transmitted to the House of Assembly in 2012, which of course wasn't passed then. Where, thank God, by 2023, after more than 10 years of repeated advocacy, we finally had a law, 2022 precisely. 2021, the Rights Above Charity lecture, which held at the Festival Hall in Government House, extracted a commitment, a deliberate commitment from the then Governor of Edo State,
Godwin
Obaseki, that was it promising that in 2022 we will have a disability law. He said, he answered in the affirmative. And by July 28, 2022, a disability law was passed. We celebrated that and wanted a commission that the law created to be inaugurated by virtue of section 24 and 25 of the Edo State Persons with Disability Law. That was the focus of the 2024 Rights Above Charity lecture that was held on the 3rd of December last year. At the end of that program, a communique was issued calling on the newly inaugurated government in Edo State. By the way, the government just marked a year in the office, and our congratulations to him. We asked that as one of his first things to be done, and indeed for us a low-hanging fruit for the administration to take to achieve, was to inaugurate that commission. On the 26th of March this year, 2025, the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disability was inaugurated. You can see that there is a direct link between celebrating the International Day and using the platform of the Rights Above Charity lecture to demand certain strategic interventions of government in making society inclusive for persons with disability. For this year, 2025, we are celebrating the fact that we now have a commission. This will be the first time the disability community will be celebrating with a commission in place, saddled with the responsibility for their education, healthcare, and every other thing that is provided by the law.
All right.
And as a matter of fact, it's a joint celebration.
All right, we'll go into all of that.
Okay.
But we'll go on a quick break now. We'll come back from the break. We'll continue our conversation with the Executive Director, NAVID, and the Executive Director, Christabel Otuero Foundation, Onome Otuero. We'll go on a short break now. I'll be back. Happy faces there, celebrating NAVID for those beautiful intervention. At the level of NAVID, we do our best to intervene in the lives of persons with disability. And just in case you love what we do, you want to support us to keep more smiles on the faces of many persons with disability in Edo State and in Nigeria at large, you can support us. Our account number is on your screen. Give the little you can to advance the cause of NAVID. We'll go back to our conversation now. Don't forget, our conversation is on the International Day for Persons with Disability and the Rights Above Charity Lecture coming up on the 3rd of December. And with me in the studio is the Executive Director, NAVID, Melody Omosa, Executive Director, Christabel Otuero Foundation, Onome Otuero. Once again, gentlemen, welcome to Ages and Voices. If you follow the theme of the International Day for Persons with Disability, something has been very constant in the theme. It is inclusion and access. Inclusion and access. How important is inclusion and access? And with the establishment of the Edo State Disability Commission, are we gradually moving towards inclusion and accessibility?
Well, for us to have inclusion in society, it needs to be particularly legislated on. And that's why we have the law for protecting the rights and interests of people with disability in the first place. Like I said earlier, was enacted in 2022. The commission to drive the implementation of that law was what was lacking. And I'm glad, like I said, in March this year, on the 26th of March this year, that commission was inaugurated. It is to drive inclusion, regulate the activities of government through its MDAs, ministry, department, and agency, ensure that there is inclusiveness in their programs and policy. And we have a watchdog, as it were, in the commission to ensure that all of this is made possible. The commission reached out to NAVID and to the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, JONAPID, to say that they will want a joint celebration this year. And so for the first time, the Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities is working with NAVID to celebrate the Rights Above Charity Lecture this year. So both the Commission, NAVID, and JONAPID, we all are collaborating to have the 2025 Rights Above Charity Lecture. The lecture is fixed for Friday the 5th of December. But before then, there will be a rally on the 3rd, which is indeed the International Day. We'll have a rally. We'll go to Government House, show our appreciation to government on inaugurating the commission, and also charge government on what they should do better to ensure that the commission is effective. For the lecture itself, which is for the 5th of December, we have a topic from establishment to effectiveness, making inclusion the heartbeat of governance in Edo State. And we think that it is not just one of these bodies that should be put in place, but left not to carry out its statutory responsibility. Government must empower that commission to drive inclusion as far as programs and policies of the state is concerned. We have a lecturer, Professor Ngozi Onogbe. She is the Director of Research and Development in the University of Benin. She will be our keynote speaker on that day. If you permit me, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has been invited, as we said, as the special guest of honor, and we have guaranteed that he will be with us. The one that started this process, the senator representing Edo North, who inaugurated the Rights Above Charity Lecture in 2011, will be with us on that day as the chairman of the occasion. So come the 5th of December at our usual venue. And by this day, I need to thank the management of Jasmine Gardens and Event Center, who every year yield to us their facility freely for persons with disabilities to come together and observe the International Day for Persons with Disabilities. So come the 5th of December this year, by 10 a.m., we all will be converged at the Jasmine Garden and Event Center on Airport Road by the Airport Entrance Gate, Benin City, to observe this day. We are sure that just as we have the commission come into force by virtue of our advocacy last year, we are going to see a difference in how government is going to run come 2026, and Edo State will be ready to set the pace for order to emulate as far as setting the agenda for inclusion as it regards persons with disabilities is concerned.
Beautiful. Mr. Anome, you belong to the civil society organization. How can we assist this commission to become more effective and not just become a dormant commission? What can the civil society do? How can we hold government and the commission accountable?
Yeah, as a member of the civil society, my advice is that the civil society can partner fully with the commission, and it's not all about criticism. Let's also look for a way to make the commission stronger, and also help in suggesting ideas that will move the commission forward, because it's new. This is what we fought for. Now it's here. So it's the duty of the civil society to partner with the commission and see how the commission get from where it is now to a higher ground, so that every child out there living with disability, every man, every woman, everyone with disability out there can benefit strongly from the commission.
Okay, I'm aware that there are like 14 states who have an existing commission for persons with disability, but some have argued that most of these commissions are mere welfareist organizations. How do we ensure that the Edo State Commission is different and focus more on the issue of rights than just being a welfareist commission?
Is that question for me?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Whether the commission is welfareist in their approach will be dependent on the law that sets it up. 15 states so far have either a commission or an agency that champions the issues of persons with disabilities in the 36 states, waiting for others to follow suit. About 23 states have a disability law in place. When the law is not made to be a right-based law, there you have a challenge. Don't forget that the National Disability Act, the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act, was enacted in 2018. Before then, some states already have a disability law in place. And the advantage Edo State have is that our law was tailored after the federal legislation, which by itself is a right-based law. And so it is not going to be, it's not a welfareist. It wasn't created to be a welfareist body, because issue of disability has evolved from being a charity based to being that of being a human right based. So that's why it's a disability right law that we are talking about here. So we do not think that working together with government, civil society, and keeping to the letters of the law, Edo State Commission will just be welfareist without addressing disability from the standpoint of rights.
Rights.
Yes.
All right, just take us through a rundown of some of the speakers that has participated in your event and what we look forward for Wednesday and Friday.
Like I mentioned, we have Professor Ngozi Onuegbe, a very dynamic, astute legal luminary. She will be speaking to us on the 5th of December. She is coming on the heels of several heavyweights. We have had people like Justice Peter Akihero on our platform. In fact, he was the first speaker. We have had Professor Eddie Eragbe of the University of Benin. We have had Barrister Femi Falana, SAN. We have had Professor Michael Uzekomen, SAN. Last year, we have Professor Yinka Omoregbe, former Attorney General Commissioner for Justice, Edo State, SAN. And several Dr. Osagi Obayuwana, several professors, legal luminaries, and people who have made their impact as far as they have hold their own high intellectually in this country, whose voice cannot easily be drowned. We have had them on our platform. And so we are adding to that by bringing Professor Onuegbe this year. And just to round up, let's remember that on the 3rd of December, we are having a rally, and the convergence will be at the Ring Road, just by the House of Assembly. By 7 a.m., we are already gathering. And after that, we'll proceed and have a road rally on that day.
All right, like they say in local parlance, NAV itself not small. For you to be able to pull all of this heavyweight to the program. We're looking forward to Wednesday, which is the rally, and Friday, which is the lecture. Do well to join us to celebrate the International Day for Persons with Disabilities. It's a wrap on the program today. Don't forget, this program came to you courtesy of Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability. NAV, gentlemen, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Till next week, spot the hitch and be a voice.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury